The 3 ways to become profitable. All of these are going to depend on your investment, whether it be low, medium, or high. But keep in mind, it's not always about money, right? You're always paying in some sort, whether that would be money or time, okay? Because if your investment would be low, essentially you would go your way in education for free. You would pay with a lot of time. So all of these is a matter of you doing the calculations and see how much is your time worth and how much can you really afford out of the market, right? So the low cost would be free education, and the most common I've seen is getting profitable within 3 to 5 years, right? Even the medium ones, okay? This was my time period, 3 to 5 years. And I wasn't even on free. I spent over 1,000 in education. But I would consider myself in this time frame, but on this medium side. And this medium side could be hundreds of dollars, maybe underneath $1,000, meaning you would be consuming courses, paid groups, signals, something like that, and your duration could be 1 to 3 years. Sorry. And keep in mind that all of these are going to come from the good information you're consuming, right? It can depend on that. We all have different paths. We come all from different backgrounds, and we might start trading different ways. Okay, I spent 1 year on bullshit, on scams, on trying to follow signals over on Twitter, on trading stocks that I wasn't even doing the right way, right? I lost 1 year on that. So it really depends on how you come into trading, what's your mindset like, if you come in with the right foot or the wrong foot, and the good information you come across. If you're months into the game and you're watching this video, that's awesome. But if you're starting off and you're consuming Alex G, MabeFX, Lambo Raul, like, I'm not scared. I'll say these names. Like, it's pretty obvious, you know, who's this scam and who's not, right? So then you move over to the high. Now the high is going to be a bit more costly. This because it's going to include most likely the contents of one-to-one mentorships, where you can actually get guidance of a full-time trader already that has been to the path and can just guide you through it, right? And the amazing part of this is that, yes, it can be expensive, but it will save you a lot of time and a lot of trial and error by just getting profitable within 3 to 6 months, right? My biggest regret wasn't like spending 1,000 or so. My biggest regret was not spending more and actually go for something like I'm doing today, like a one-to-one mentorship, because this only got me as far as knowing a strategy, but not actually implementing correctly, and all psychology problems that came with it. Also, most of the times, a lot of you break-even traders are doing something that you're not even aware of, and it just takes that third eye vision to check to your trading and tell you you're doing this wrong, fix this, fix that. It's only 1 to 2 pieces of advices and you're immediately profitable. That because, you know, there's losses that can eat your P&L. So if we just take those losses out of the game, you can be immediately profitable. But most of the times we take months or even years to realize those small mistakes that we're making and we're not even aware of. So I wish I would have gone for this route. Now, this is not just to tell you, just to sell you my stuff. This is just me being honest. Because I spent 3 years, maybe even 4, to get profitable. And then I see guys, little kids, 19-year-olds, getting profitable within 6 months. Just because they went through a one-to-one mentorship and paid a bit more than me. Right? And then I'm looking like a dickhead that struggled for 3 years. And they got it in 6 months. Right? So ask yourself that, how much is your time really worth? But we're going to start off with the low, right? With the low investment side. And this will come mostly from YouTube, from watching YouTube content. Now, I would say if you're going to start off the low, focus on a singular content creator. If that's me, like focus just on my channel and my strategy. Then if it's related to psychology, to mindset, you can watch everyone. But as far as strategy goes and technicals, just watch one YouTuber, okay? If that's not me, then don't even watch my trading content, right? Go watch the psychology ones, maybe watch the day in the lives, but don't be consuming different content creators, because then you're gonna mix up a lot of strategies and a lot of technicals, and then you're gonna come to the markets, you're gonna low a lot, and knowing a lot is not essentially better, because certain things, certain concepts, certain knowledge you have is gonna tell you to buy, and another strategy is going to tell you to sell. You're going to be confused. Your head is going to be all over the place. And that's why it's really damaging. And I would just suggest you to watch one person and forget the rest, besides if it's psychology and all those things that are really related to the technicals itself. Right? And everything you need is available on YouTube. Like I've said it, it's not for me to sell my own stuff, because I'm one of the only few that's telling you you don't need to buy my stuff. Everything I know, it's on YouTube. Okay? Everything I know, it's on YouTube, and I'm gonna share you that by these testimonials right here. And a lot of guys that I know in the community, they have just consumed the content, but a lot though, okay, because they're paying with the time. And the thing is with YouTube, you gotta kind of figure out the pathway by yourself, because there's a lot of content. It's not organized, and you gotta either watch it all or figure it out by yourself. But it's gonna take a lot of time, and you're not gonna have no one to guide you in a sense, besides watching a YouTube video, right? But all the information you need is online, right? The only thing with the one-on-one mentorship is really the guidance and the implementation. Like, how would you apply this? How is it really? And the organized stuff. But if you decide to go for a free route, you can see we got some members that Haven got themselves certificates just by watching the content, and never ever paid me a single penny. Maybe just a little bit, but also at the past I was also doing some free consultation calls, and we have our live trading calls at Thursdays at the free group. So if you'd like to join the Discord, links in the description, totally for free. And we might give some advice there, and you might be able to connect with profitable traders and get some of their knowledge. But as you can see, this guy, Wick, shout out to him. I've been a part of the group from a few days ago. I was able to complete a major milestone in my journey because he was able to pass his account. Watching Dilan YouTube videos and daily analysis helped me better understand the market. I put faith in Dilan and learned his strategy, and 3 months later, I got my first challenge and was easily able to pass to phase 1. I never traded in a live account before that. I was only paying. And he's recent. And he's maybe an inception to the game, but I know he's dedicated and he watches a lot of the videos. I was able to pass phase 1 for both accounts and phase 2 for the other one. And this is by taking on the knowledge and figure out our rotation method style of passing this prop firm challenge. But this is not the subject of the video, but it's just amazing to see someone that has never even paid me in the sense of like big money, a substantial amount, and was able to get these results. Another one, I haven't been in this group for a long time. Watching those videos helped me understand the basics of a strategy. I personally taken a few setups shared for free because I was sharing the setups for free on Discord before, and all worked out well for me, helping to pass my first funded account I bought. This is amazing. It's amazing, right? This is what I love to see. Whether you pay or you don't pay, helping people like all across the world is the one of the best feelings. And the way I'm gonna suggest you to do this is try to follow this roadmap, right? So the first thing you can watch already is my blueprint video, because the blueprint video is a long one, super valuable one, that's gonna take you into the whole strategy with the technicals, and it's gonna move towards psychology as well. So you're gonna get a bunch of value with those 2 hours and a half. Again, if you don't have the attention span to consume that video, then forget about trading itself, because you're never gonna make it, right? If you have a TikTok brain, it's gonna be pretty hard, right? If you want to go for the free route, this is the kind of work you gotta do and the kind of time you gotta trade. But even if you are on the paid one, you gotta have the attention span. Otherwise, your life is pretty much fucked. So start off by watching this blueprint video, which can be a lot super helpful. It is super helpful. Well, not be. It is super helpful. It might be a bit advanced depending on your experience, but it is super helpful. And if you can watch it straight up, you might be able to avoid some of the mistakes later on, because you're going to be having this advanced knowledge. Then I would suggest you to look at some of my playlists I got. For example, you got the trading one, with a lot of videos just related to trading. Most of it is just concepts that I was doing in the past, sharing a bunch of strategies, trade breakdowns, and a lot of stuff really. But a lot of every concept is there. Multiple videos about smart money traps are there. Go watch them, because those are the educational ones. Then you can move on to the trading talks, learning about psychology. And you don't have to follow these step by step. You can just watch them all like at your own pace. But these are much regarding psychology, the mindset, things that you gotta go over on your trading, on your mind, things that you're gonna see. Like it really is things about psychology and mindset that I would wish to hear in my past, and things that vastly helped me, knowledge that's super helpful, right? And then the backtesting. And the backtesting, guys, it's one of the best you can really watch. As free resources, the backtesting is the best. If you're trying to learn a strategy, the backtesting is the best. Because the backtesting is where the content creator or the trader is going to put all these concepts together and really show you what's he's seeing and how we would trade those charts in the live market. And that's literally me explaining you what I'm seeing, how I'm taking the trade, and not cheating. Because in every single one of these backtesting videos, I'm pulling up a date simulator, right? I'm simulating a date within 5 years, 6 years, 3 years worth of time. And I'm trading lower time frames, so there's no way I can memorize all of that. And I'm trading it and not making any cuts in the video as well. So then you can see. And some of those are unprofitable, right? I'm not profitable in all of them. Right now, I'm come to the level where I can pull up any backtesting session and maybe 90% of them I will be profitable. Right? Backtesting isn't that difficult because there's not psychology involved. But the point of them, it's really the technicals. It is the technicals, and it's to really get good at them. And this tip is that I'm about to give you, it's really going to take you to another level as well. It's watching the backtesting, then go to a backtesting tool itself. But even this is going to cost you money, right? You can never expect just to go free. Like accounts cost money, FX Flippy cost money. You're going to spend money either way, right? Internet costs money, but right. Let's imagine like the best you can do is watch the backtesting video, one of them, then go backtest the same period I did in the backtesting video for yourself on FX Replay, pull it up, go backtest it, and then as soon as you're done backtesting that period, go watch the video again and compare both of our charts. compare my vision to your vision, the trades I took, the trades you took. Did you trade everything I traded? Did you miss some? Did you do better than me? Were you looking at selling what I was looking at buying most of the times? Those questions you got to ask yourself, and then with repetition, you'll eventually caught up to the strategy, right? And that's really how I would go for the free route, and what I did most of the times. I'm talking about experience. In all of these, I'm talking about experience. Well, except for the one-to-one mentorship, but I'm the mentor itself, right? So I guess that pretty much counts in a certain way. But this is how I went to, well, not how I went to, but because I'm the content creator itself. But these are the kind of tips I would go about going it for free and absolutely consuming everything. Like my mentor, on his YouTube, I consumed everything he had. And not only once, but watched every single video for 4 or 5 times. Whether they would have 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, I'll watch them all to 4, 5 times. Really understand everything, right? If you really want to get good, then that's the way it has to be, okay? And don't worry, because I'm sharing you a bunch of sauce, like I told you. Also one of the few that will just give you everything, right? You don't need to buy the mentorship unless your time is worth more and you really want to get through this fast, and well done. But if you really need to and you don't have the capital, then you can go learn for free. But it's going to be a lot of work, but you can, because I don't keep most of the things private, right? I can give you all for free. Well, essentially everything you need to become profitable. And you can pretty much make it with just the free information. But you're going to have to trade a lot of your time and do a lot of the work yourself. And also the things aren't organized as you can see. Okay? But moving on to the mid investment section. These are mostly going to contain courses, paid groups. You might follow under some scams, okay? But this I would consider to my premium group, which contains my signals and analysis, right? I don't really like to sell it apart, but I'm considering leaving it open for this month. So if you really want to get in on that, because or either you don't have the capital, or you don't have that much commitment, or just want to get some quick gains, or even learn the strategy this way. Because my signals isn't about the signals, it's about learning the strategy. And so I'm not just sending signals, I'm also sending analysis, what I'm seeing, giving you some content around it, and telling you things. You got a TP here. But yeah, it's me giving my analysis over the chart every single day, telling you what I'm seeing. And the guys that spend 1 month here, 2 months here, 3 months here, they see the analysis every single day. Sooner or later, they become familiar with it, and they can anticipate the trades or the analysis before I even send them. So that's the beauty of it. It's not about the signals. It's about understanding the strategy and learning it that way. Okay? So it's kind of a low-cost way of going about it. I did it as well. I had access to my mentor's trades, not for long because of some bullshit of his, but but I even went to all his vision, all his trades, right, that I had access to. I backtested and did the same thing as I explained to you on the backtesting sections video. I backtested for myself a period or a month or so, and then I went to check all his analysis and see if they were to match. If I was seeing if I was taking the same trades as him on live markets, but to me to backtesting. That really is to just see if I had the strategy correctly. Because like I told you, I consumed every single bit of his content, and then I thought I was trading like him. But as soon as I jumped on his signals group, I understand that differently. I was trading like him, but I was trading in a bit riskier way and not really following everything to the T. So that was a big eye opener for me, because I just became a lot better as soon as I had that information, right? And we had some of the guys being able to pass certificates with this. Shout out to Ferdows. This one left a testimonial. Big props to bro. I've training for more than 5 years now. I learned different strategies about liquidity. I learned on Dilan's YouTube channel. Yeah, top notch, getting really interested. Not only, yeah, the same exact things. No change strategy for content, no nothing, no hopping on trends. Just the same old that brings money, right? Boring trading is what makes money. So I decided to join this private group, and guess what? In less than a month, I was able to understand the concept. That's what I was telling you about. Until I could boldly take the trades on live accounts, even before he sent his signals. Right? He was predicting this stuff because he had already adopted the vision. He was seeing it, and then, well, if you're not a retard, you can understand it at some point. And it's true, I still need practices, but yeah, and quick to respond, because we also have a student charts there where the students can also talk between each other, see what trades they're taking. Because you got to understand that in the premium group, the mentorship students also have access to the premium group. So in the premium group, I'm not just giving a half-ass service. I'm giving a good service because there's mentorship students included. And I want them to get as good as possible. So I'm giving a lot of information. I'm explaining what I'm seeing every single day. That's why I'm also going that hard on it. And in these, you're never going to see, as you saw, negative RR trades, no TP1 hit after 10 seconds of me sending the signal and nobody even got in. That's just crazy. And calling out the trades before and actually getting the results afterwards and telling you if it's a stop loss, if it's a TP or such. You can see the timer on the screen. You can see the timer of the message. You can see everything. And this signal right here was one where 3 guys, you can see, all got the same trade. You can see how it's pretty much the same chart. You can't tell because it's different time frames, but they're all at the same time. You can see 2nd of May, 2nd of May, 2nd of May, and 2nd of May, 2-5. If you can see that, right? But yeah, the purpose of the signal group, it isn't the signals itself, it's understanding the strategy. And if that interests you, you can DM me, but you really need to be a serious guy, because I'm not just gonna let you in just because you can afford it, because there are some guys, man, that are just unserious about it, and they will say, yo, we end up 1 month profitable, but where's my Lambo, bruh? Like, it doesn't work that way, okay? We're promoting a serious trading over here. You're not gonna see, maybe you'll see 10%, 20% months, okay? But don't expect the moon. Don't expect to be rich overnight and me having a 100% win rate. Like, be realistic, right? If you want the scams, you can go to the other guys, right? But if you want to win and lose, right? Because there are losses in the game. And it's not me saying I want to lose, but there will be losses in the game. You got to expect it, right? Then you can join us and still be pretty good, as you can see. But then we move over to the last and final one. If you have decided you've had enough and you want to be good, you want to be profitable already, or you might just be starting off and you want to come in with the best foot as possible and quit your job, change your life in a little span of time, you can join a one-to-one mentorship. And this doesn't have to be mine. It can be another guy. The same concepts will apply. Well, depending if it's legit or a scam. You obviously want to go with someone that you know is legit, or you like the way they speak. You pretty much like the guy, right? If you don't like me, then don't join mine, right? It's just you that got to know. Like, with mine, this is the way how it works. The guys get a personalized dashboard to themselves where they got the course, they got some exercises to follow on the course, they got a 12-week program, and worst case scenario, you have the guarantee of me giving you the money back if you don't see results. But you'd have to be a retarded guy, really, to be 3 months consuming the course, consuming the signals, getting 1 hour weekly calls one-to-one with me, and tell me, yo, Dylan, it's been 3 months. I've got no results. I don't understand shit. Like, you'd have to be retarded. So if you manage to go through all of this and not see results, I'll give you your money back. But of course, that hasn't happened yet. And as far as now, every single one of the students that completed the 12 weeks has gotten really good results. So we're in a 100% success rate at this point. For every single one that has worked and managed to go through the 12 weeks, right? I'm not talking about a guy that joined and then like, hey, yo, where's my Lambo at? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Okay, so then they will have a live trading like section where I would monitor their trades, and you can see like this is the trades that a guy that is joining, right? That's close to ending his mentorship, 3-month mentorship. Look at the amount of wins he's getting. Okay, and this is not one-to-one hours, right? You can pretty much see there's more wins than losses, and of course the wins vastly like outpace the losses. In a way, what I'm trying to say is that if he loses 1 hour. If he wins 3 hours, right? So, and you can even see 6 wins in a day. Who does 6 wins in a day? I don't do 6 wins in a day, bro. But that's because he's also trading multiple pairs. But we adapt to his situation. If he wants to trade multiple pairs, all right, we'll check on a situation with him. We'll make a plan for him. And you can see how he has 12 weeks of course content, and then he even gets educational content on various topics that's small, and then backtesting content. And these are not the YouTube ones where I'm mostly going to go for entertainment. These are the exclusive ones for the mentorship guys and for also the premium participants, because some bonus videos are out there as well, where they can pretty much understand the strategy even better, because on those backtesting videos, I'm explaining what I'm seeing with way more detail, right? Because it's not just entertainment, just taking the trades for YouTube purposes. Even on YouTube, I explain it a little bit, but here I'll go way more in depth on what I'm seeing. And combining all of this, you pretty much got 30 hours worth of exclusive content that's not YouTube available. And yeah, these are some of the wins this specific student is getting. And he's even trading on a personal account. Okay? So he's moving over to Proference because I told him I was making a plan for him, so for him to get funded quickly. But he's trading a personal account, and he has already made the more money than he actually paid for the mentorship, right? And this guy used to trade SMC and had 1 year of experience in the markets, and he was unprofitable / a bit on the break-even stages. Right now, he is just profitable, as you can see. Right? It's not about lying. It's not about like we get 100% of the result or 100% win rate. There is some losses in the game. Right? It's not about lying. It's about keeping it legit and actually improving. Okay? I'm not telling you rainbows and sunshines here. It will always be difficult. You will always face troubles in your path, even if you become a profitable trader. Like, you still get some emotions out of markets. You might blow an account. You might go through a tough period. Like, he went to 4 trades in a single day. He told me I was a bit fucked in that day because I took 4 losses in a row. And I told her, yeah, because you're trading a bit too much, but you're trading multiple pairs, and he's dividing the risk though. That's the good part of it. He's dividing the risk, so that's why he's able to trade a lot. He's able to put a lot of trades, let's say. But he stick to it, and he paid off like really quickly, as he got a bunch of wins that vastly cover for these losses. Okay, so the path will never be beautiful. There will always be stress on the way, and even if you get rich in other ventures, the more rich you get, the more problems you get, the more stress. It will never be just rainbows and sunshines. Please understand that you're not going to pay for a course or a mentorship, whatever that would be, and just become profitable. Like, I think some guys really think that you just pay and magically you got it, right? It doesn't work that way. Then you gotta, if you join me, for example, you gotta help me help you, right? If you don't even consume the content, then I can't really help you, right? And who actually pays and then doesn't put in the work? Like, that's why you're paying, right? That's why you're paying. Because I've been doing stuff for free. I've been doing a lot of stuff for free on Discord in my journey. And I can tell you by experience, people, okay, most people will not listen to you unless they pay. That's the truth about the human psychology. Most people will not take it seriously if they don't pay, right? It needs to sting you in some way. Because if you see something that it's free, you're going to say, well, why is it free? It's probably shit because it's free, right? But if it comes out of your pocket, then you're actually going to take it seriously. If I were to pay thousands back in the day, and even today, if I were to pay someone thousands to learn something, I would get off my ass to actually learn that something, right? I would do the most just to get out with the intentional result. Okay? So these are the 3 ways you can go about it. You're free to choose whatever one you like the most or prefer, or it's in your situation, your capacities. But obviously what I would recommend is the high investment one, where you can just get profitable quicker. Not just telling you to buy my stuff. It can be another guy that's just an overall advice to my younger self to just pay the premium, because you're gonna pay with time. And even it might actually be, this one might actually be the cheaper, actually. All right, because, well, depending on your capacities, though, you might be buying a lot of challenges and you might blow all of them, like 100Ks, 50Ks, let's say. And then the amount of the blown challenges might actually surpass the amount of one-to-one mentorship per se. And you got nothing from those blown challenges. Maybe you got experience, but like, you're gonna continue to blow challenges. Whether if you just went for a one-to-one mentorship straight up, I mean, you would buy 1 or 2 or 3 challenges, you would succeed, you would start to get money. But if you just keep blowing them, then you're just throwing money in the trash, essentially, because you still don't know how to trade, or you still have some psychology issue. And that's where the guidance or implementation of the strategy will come in on the one-to-one mentorship. Then if you want medium, you can go towards courses and whatnot to find that organized system where you can consume it better, whether that paying for whether that going for the free route, where you're just consuming YouTube content and maybe get a bit confused and go all over the place. But yeah, if we're talking only about me, then obviously you can consume these videos on YouTube that I've got. If you want access to the premium, it's limited and limited spots as well. Same as the mentorship, even more limited spots here, because I don't want a bunch of people in here, because time is limited and I can't. You can imagine I can't have 50 students at once, teaching them and keeping up with their situation, right? So if you want to join any of these, you can just contact me on either Discord or Instagram. Send me a DM and we'll see if there's any way I could help you. If you want to go for the free route, you can consume all my YouTube content and also be pretty much good. Okay. Just be aware of the pros and cons we discussed previously. So yeah, leave a like if this was helpful. Comment what you think. And I'll see you on the next one, boys. Thank you for watching.